Hey, hi, hello there, I'm DilyDaly, and this is a Rogue-lite Power Hour for Thursday. Today we are playing Balatro, and I'm actually doing post-commentary for this one, so, as I'm just going to show off really quick, I'm doing yellow deck, obviously, because we did the, Nebula deck after completing the blue deck last time, which I showed that we did the completion on those on the last video. I want to say thanks for clicking on this video, and I want to say that I'm doing post-commentary for this because I realized that's just more interesting for me. So it's a lot easier for me to come up with ideas when I'm not on the spot. So post-commentary will be a little bit edited down, a little bit different than typical. I know for usually like Vampire Survivors, I just kind of off the cuff it. But because I'm doing post-commentary from now on, I decided I'm gonna try posting as just basically every day. But that also means I need to add a new Rogue-lite Power Hour to the mix. Because if I'm gonna post every day, then I'm gonna need a 6th game. Or I'm gonna need a 7th game, because I only have 6 games to play. And because I have a set number of games now, the uploads will be a little bit different. I mentioned at the very end of the Witchfire video yesterday, but 20 Minutes Till Dawn will be set to Tuesdays. I'm gonna try to find a Monday or like a Sunday game that I can make with alliteration, because I have 20 Minutes Till Dawn Tuesdays, Witchfire Wednesdays, Vampire Survivor Saturdays, and so maybe Shogun Showdown Sundays? No, that's too much S. Like, too much shish. I'll try to find something for Sunday. But Friday, I don't know, maybe I'll do Ball X Pit, you know, playing with balls on Friday. I don't know, think of something. But let's get to the meat, or not the meat. Let's get to some shill, you know, Discord. I have a Discord. I finally have a permanent link. I don't know why it took me so long to figure out that I could make a permanent link, but I have one now. Go check it out in the description to apply to join. If we get up to 14 people in the server, we'll be voting on the Discord server icon. You guys get to pick what it'll be. And then, yeah, if you want to know what I'm uploading, when I'm uploading, all of that stuff will be in the Discord, and the upload schedule will be in the description, so feel free to check that out. I stream on my days off, which typically land, well, right now it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. So I'll be streaming. I streamed yesterday. If you're seeing this the day it comes out, which is Thursday, then I streamed yesterday. Sorry, you missed me. Maybe I'm streaming today. Maybe. I didn't do that last week, even though I was off, because I was busy working on something. But I have some new stuff that I ordered from Amazon that I want to try testing out, and hopefully that helps me out with editing and just playing games in general, because I had some issues with my earbuds, which I replaced with this new order. But with all of that in mind, what do I want to talk about? Well, I guess I'll talk about what I've been watching, because at some point I'll be uploading and editing reaction videos and all of the other recordings I have just sitting in the backlog. But I guess, yeah, I've been watching Fallout with my friends. We've also been keeping up with the Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3 uploads. I think it's Season 3, right? Season 2 was the something Hidden Inventory, I think that's what it was called. Something like that. And then the Hidden Inventory arc, and then Shibuya arc. And then Season 3 is now the Culling Games arc. And we've been caught up. And so I guess I'll talk about that stuff. I've already read the manga, so a lot of what I've wanted to talk about I've already talked about, so maybe I won't talk about that. It's also not over, so there's not a whole lot I want to talk about manga-wise that, you know, it'll be spoilers, so anyone watching the anime will be spoiled on, so I'll just let you know that I've been watching it. Expect maybe some talks about it, a rating at the very least, once it's over. I mean, it's going to be rated very highly because the animation's amazing, but way back when the clone game first finished up and the series finished up manga-wise, Section and I had talked about the series as a whole, and I gave Jujutsu Kaisen a not very high rating because I was comparing it to other shonen at the time, and that's like My Hero Academia, and at the time it was like My Hero Academia, and we're not including One Piece because One Piece is just the GOAT. It's as long as it is. It's still a little too old in some ways. It's still newer in a lot of ways, but I don't bother including it in comparisons in terms of shonen. So stuff like My Hero Academia, Kagurabachi was coming out at the time, and a couple other things. But yeah, for me, Jujutsu Kaisen was not rated very highly, and the ending honestly wasn't even a big factor for me for why I rated it so lowly, because I had it at like a 6. Yeah, I rated it a 6 because it had great action. The power system was a little too complicated at times, but was still set realistic within the universe. It could be explained by people, which was a big factor. There's a lot of things that can't be explained, too MacGuffined in other situations, but in this scenario, it is complicated. So it's so complicated, it's dumb and unnecessary. But in a lot of ways, it's also so complicated that it can be explained with enough reading, which is excessive. Don't get me wrong, but it's true. And so, for me, it was a 6 because the story, I just couldn't care. It was very A to B plot. It was stuff happening in the background, which is getting elaborated on the anime. So for me, the anime is a higher rating than the manga, just because the viewing experience compared to the manga is a lot better, because there's so much more eye candy. The animation's amazing. The action, the sound effects, the music, it's all fantastic. It's so good. The manga, though, didn't have a lot of that. The art was pretty good. The story, like I said, the story was serviceable, but it wasn't great. The ending was horrible. I don't know about the continuation. I don't know if the continuation makes the ending more bearable or what. But I haven't read it yet. I was going to, but I didn't get around to it. And then, is there anything else? No. Well then, I'll move on to the next thing. We're currently watching Fallout. Fallout's already over. I want no spoilers in the comments. Don't know spoilers in the comments. We just finished episode 4. Okay, just so you know where's about we are. We got to episode 4. Okay, if you don't want spoilers for Fallout, leave or come back later after watching, because great show. Fallout season 2, by the way. Episode 4, Fallout season 2. We already finished season 1. I didn't record any reactions to that, but I have been recording the reactions to season 2. And we're enjoying it so far. I don't have a rating, at least this far in. But that's not even because I don't have an idea of where I'd rate it. But it's more... Oh, shoot. I just bonked my phone. My bad. But it's because the ending of the season makes such a big impact for me. Because season 1, I rated, like, if someone asked me for a rating in the middle, I would have said it was a 9 or an 8, because it's a great game. Like, it's a great addition to the Fallout series, but I didn't know anything about Fallout. And so, as far as I was concerned, it was a great adaptation, great addition to the lore and the explanation for everything. It was amazing, and that made it, for me, like a solid 8 or 9. And then the ending of the season kind of, I don't know, it kind of upset me, because it made sense, like how things kind of went on, but because of how the world is set within a game universe, but with the realistic expectations that everything is based in reality, certain aspects of how season 1 ended kind of upset me, because of the fact it didn't have to happen the way that it did to just extend to season 2. Like, Okay, again, Fallout spoilers. End of Fallout Season 1. The reason why I'm so annoyed about it, the ghoul would have never walked up to Hank, who's in a power suit, without a bullet in the chamber. Or, no, he wouldn't have walked in with only one bullet. He would have at least had a full mag, no matter how scarce. You know what I mean? So either the ghoul shouldn't have showed up to shoot Hank one time through the cheek, or he should have had a full mag before he showed up, and that's it. Or he should have showed up late and not said anything to Hank. Is it Hank or Henry? I don't remember. The dad, Lucy's dad. Because that pissed me off. I was like, you can run up and hit him before he launches off. You could charge him with the gun, just scare him. Okay, but instead you have to ask about your fucking daughter. Where's your family? Dog. Don't miss. Just shoot him. Or, like, I get it, you shot him and you didn't want to shoot him so he could lead you to your family. But, like, I don't know. Like, I get it. In the grand scheme, it makes more sense because if he shot Hank, he wouldn't have been able to follow him and get to where his family is. But it just annoyed the shit out of me. I don't know. I get it though. Like, I understand now that I've actually spent time thinking about it and talking just now, but like, it still annoys me. Moving on. It was still very good. Season 1 is a solid 9.5 in my books. Not 10, but the 9.5. It was very interesting learning about Fallout because I played here like 4 here and there. I have all the games, but I just haven't actually sat and played any of them. And I had heard, like, watched lore videos about it and seen different things about Fallout, but I didn't have such a deep understanding that I could just know all of these things. But Apocalypse did. he knows a lot of stuff about Fallout. He played a lot of New Vegas, and he played a solid amount of 3, or a good amount of 3, and he played bits and pieces of 4. Actually, I think he might have beaten 4. I don't remember, but he knows. So in a lot of the reaction of Season 2, he's kind of our guide through this. But moving forward, Season 2 opened up a lot more questions to certain things that I wasn't expecting, that I didn't think would matter, because I kept getting reminded throughout Season 2 that this is an addition to the Fallout universe and not just an adaptation of a game. And so certain aspects of, like, the Deathclaw existing before, like, pre-war, that was crazy. I wasn't expecting that at all, because in my mind the Deathclaws were created by the radiation. They weren't created man-made and then survived the radiation, because that opened so many doors. Anyone could have nuked the world if they had set loose Deathclaws and then they realized they couldn't do anything about it, and then assisted in the vault programs to escape from the Deathclaws, to escape the monsters they created. Like, that makes perfect sense. Does it not? Like, so that's one reason why, like, because something you learn throughout all the Fallout games, and something you especially learn throughout this TV series, is the nukes went off for 1,000 different reasons. 1,000 different people could have set off the nukes. 1,000 people caused Fallout. 1,000 different people caused Fallout for 1,000 different reasons. We just happen to be following one and happen to be learning about 14 others. Okay? Anyhow, it's a crazy series, and I'm glad that they're opening and really pushing for different like parts, like really opening the doors to different parts of the Fallout series. And I'm not really a fan of this typically, but I'm really enjoying the different pathing that we have. Because in season 1, it was great that we had the Vault Dwellers, Lucy, Norm, who was kind of part of the Vault Dwellers, but he kind of side shot out, especially going into season 2, and then the Ghoul. And so like we had 3 paths in season 2, and it was the Vault Dwellers, Lucy, and the Ghoul. Actually no, and then we also had Max. So like, I guess we had 4 in season 1, and now we still have 4 in season 2, where they kind of converge here and there. But now Norm is off on his own in the same way that Lucy was, but now Lucy's with the Ghoul, so that's 2 paths. And then there's the Vault Dwellers, and then Max. So they still kept the 4 paths, because I could kind of tell here and there they didn't want a Spider-Man 3. In Spider-Man 3, the biggest issue is that there's too many villains. Too many different plot threads that just could not be meshed together properly. They didn't want to do that again. They didn't want that to happen into their story. At least that's how I saw it. Because it kind of felt like they were going to expand here and there. They wanted to do just Ghoul and just Lucy. They split them up as much as possible. I don't know if you noticed that. From what I've seen up until episode 4 of season 2, the Ghoul and Lucy have been split up constantly. And Lucy's always put in a position where she needs, like, where she gets captured, or she goes off away, and Ghoul goes off away to do something else. And I'm also calling him the Ghoul, I'm not calling him his name, because that's a spoiler for season 1. But everyone knows Lucy, everyone knows Norm, her brother. And I'm calling Henry Hank and Hank Henry because I'm stupid. I don't remember his name. And so, and then Max is just kind of always doing his thing and very minimal. He hasn't even met up with Lucy again in season 2. He ran into Lucy in season 1 and then never again, around the time that Lucy had just finished dealing with the Ghoul. And so the system that they have going here is almost opening up to where all the characters are going to split up again if they end up doing a season 3, which I don't know if they would do. I have not completed the series or the season, so I don't know if they're going to do that or not. It's just something I've recognized, that they're probably going to open up the can of worms here to expand further than what is currently available in terms of the character existence, in terms of what they're all doing, how they're going about doing it. It just seems a little odd. Also, get ready for some pure disappointment during this run, by the way, for anyone paying attention to the Balatro gameplay. Just get ready for some pain. Now, moving a little bit away from Fallout, I wanted to talk a little bit about Psych. Because you know what I realized? There's not going to be a Vampire Survivors video on Saturday this week. Because I'm dumb. Not dumb. I haven't really felt the need to watch more Psych. I don't know. I wanted to talk about this. Psych season 7. Psych season 6 was so phenomenal. I don't want to go through Psych season 7 and realize it's bad. The episodes I have seen have been pretty good. Don't get me wrong. I've been really enjoying Psych season 7 so far. But it does feel like I'm dragging through these seasons, or these episodes. So I'm a little scared to push and just get bored. So I've been doing my best to watch other stuff. I've talked about it in the Shogun Showdown video that went up on Tuesday, and I talked about it in Witchfire. I watched a romance anime, The Invisible Man and His Soon-to-Be Wife, great anime. I think a new episode had come out today, maybe tomorrow. I think it comes out tomorrow. It's Wednesday for me, or Wednesday morning, but Wednesday 1 a.m. And I'm pretty sure the new episodes comes out on Thursday. The Jack of all trades and the Jack of all trades one-man party anime. I think that gets updated Fridays, but I could be wrong. It might be Thursday. But yeah, I wanted to talk shop a little bit here. I'm gonna wait until Sunday for you guys to decide what game we add to the Rogue-lite Power Hour. Again, community videos will still be Thursdays. Thursday videos will be community videos. Maybe community videos will be Sundays. All right, I give you each Sunday to Sunday. So you guys pick community video. If you guys don't pick one, you guys don't pick one. Because I kind of want Monday through Friday to be Rogue-lite Power Hours. Just so you guys can tune in Monday through Friday, Rogue-lite Power Hour, and then Vampire Survivors. What I might do is I'll do the post commentary first, and then I'll just play some Vampire Survivors. And I won't even do a Power Hour for that. It'll just be a Vampire Survivor Saturday. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted you guys to hear about it in the first 30 minutes because I know a lot of you guys drop off. So I'll say it right now. Community videos Sundays, and you guys can suggest in the comments or on the Discord or on whatever. Just go check it out. Let me know what you think. And then Monday through Friday will be Rogue-lite Power Hours. Okay. And if you guys don't suggest a game for Sunday, I will just make it a Rogue-lite Power Hour. Okay? Because this post commentary is really easy for me. I really enjoy it. I like really having the time to devote to thinking about what I'm talking about. But unrelated to all of that, I guess I'll just talk random stuff. I'll just rant for a bit. I found some more music. I've been enjoying that. Enjoying a lot of music. I've been really enjoying just kind of sitting and listening to music. I don't normally do that. Like when I have time to nap and relax, I'll just lay down and listen to music. I did it the last couple days, and I zoned out. I was so relaxed. I don't even know how to describe it. I'm also realizing, sorry, I'm gonna tangent. I'm realizing just now, after I finish 20 minutes till dawn, because that's gonna be over in a couple more videos here if I really lock it down and start completing those weapons. That I'm gonna need a new T game to go Tuesday. 20 minutes till dawn. Shoot, I don't have another T game because Vampire Survivors is just gonna stay forever because of just how many achievements there are, how many challenges there are, the DLCs that I can get. Like, there's so much that I can do with that. That I can do with that game. That I'm gonna do with that game. And I think I can finally go back to doing some playthrough stuff. You know what I mean? Because, you know, that's what I might do. Because the post commentary is really easy for me to do, and I can just talk random whatever. Hell, I can go back to talking about the game. I can talk about my thought process here. I'm deciding not to fill in another Joker because I want to keep the slot open. Because I just don't feel like it's necessary. I can complete most of these in one hand, as long as I discard everything and just rock up with some aces, which is pretty easy to do because of how many aces I have. Like, look at this. Boom. 2 pair with 2 aces. Ta-da. Done. And I'm specifically trying to do one-hand clears, so that way I'm not burning through all of my bonus chips from the ice cream. From the ice cream Joker. I don't remember what it's actually called. Maybe if I hover over it, I'll say it again. But also, I'm trying to do my best to like sync up what I'm saying with the video. I'm actually gonna hang on. I'm gonna try timing this better. Give me just a second to figure this out. Okay, I think I've got it timed better now. So I think I've got it synced so that way it's exactly the same. This pause was random for you guys. Well, I guess it wasn't really a pause, because I'm just going to sync this with the audio, or audio with the video. But yeah, now what is happening on screen for me, for the preview, is the same as what I'm talking about. So like, the post commentary is so easy for me because I can just look at what I'm doing and talk about it. I can tell you guys that I don't know why I'm discarding specifically 4 cards there. I did it a lot. I was so focused on 4 that I would discard 4 cards instead of discarding 5. But it kind of worked out there. I got the 2 pair, got the completion. I was annoyed that I pulled the aces out too early. I did that a couple times where I pulled the aces out immediately, even though I had to discard to 0 first before doing so, which is why this run was so disappointing. Because toward the end, I threw it all away. I messed up so bad. That egg upset me too. I made a mild mistake. It'll come up later, or not mistake, but it could have been avoided. What ended up happening. It's like I almost do it again here. I almost play the aces because I see all the pairs, and I discard 4. I could have discarded 5. I don't know. I discarded 3. I could have discarded 5, or not 5, but 4 at the very least. I don't know. I was too hyperactive to just discard and get rid of and just make sure I have the aces. And then I make a couple mistakes toward the end where I'm just holding on to gold cards. So if I end the run, or like end the round, or end the blind with the gold cards in my hand, I get more money, but that kind of doesn't matter when you're in the last ante. But I didn't really think about it until like the very last hand, like not the last hand, the very last round of the ante. Is there anything else? You guys didn't hear that, but I was going. What's next I can talk about? Rocket League. I don't know if any of you guys play Rocket League, but I've been playing it. I mean, I've played Rocket League for a very solid amount of time. I played it at first when it first came out because one of my friends played it and I sucked ass. But then I played it when it became free. No, I played it. It was like $5 or something on Switch, and then it became free about 3-4 months later, and I played it again, and I got just kind of bored. I sucked ass. I got the Breakout. I should really pull up my Switch profile, see if I can link that to my Epic. I don't think it would matter anymore. Anyway, I've been playing Rocket League. I don't know how to do any mechanics. I know how to kind of jump off the wall with the ball, but I don't know how to air dribble. I don't know how to really do anything. I suck. But I did get to Plat. I get hard stuck Plat 1 or hard stuck Gold 3, Division 4. That is probably dog shit to most people listening to this, but I do my fucking best, okay? Like, listen to me, okay? It's hard. It's hard out here being gold. Too many people are gold. I'm not even gonna say what I want to say, or like, I'm gonna say what I want to say here and say that there are Smurfs in gold that don't need to fucking be there, but I know not every match I go against is a Smurf. However, the problem with being gold, for me, the reason I'm gold is because I'm inconsistent as shit. Like, it is bad. I am so inconsistent. I do so well one match, and then the next match, I am bad. I am awful. It is goddamn atrocious. I play horribly. It's not even funny. But yeah, I get on. Okay, so I should preface the reason why I've been playing lately is because I'd been hard stuck Gold 4 or Gold 3 for a very long time, Division 4. And I got reinvigorated to play again because Jinxie hit plat in ones. Also, I only play ones for the most part. I play 2s and 3s when I have friends to play with. Obviously, I don't like playing with randoms on that game. Partly because I'm bad and I don't want them talking all that shit, you know? But it's also a thing for me to just not play, I don't know, horribly. And so I do my best not to, but I know I do. So for me, I play ones. It's the quickest way for me to get better and just learn to not do things incorrectly, to take my time. I don't know how to take my time, man. I make so many mistakes. But keeping all of that aside, putting all that aside, I do enjoy the game. It's the only game like it, and I take my time. I play it way too often for how upset it makes me, but it is so fun. Like I said, it's the only game like it. Also, I'm gonna pause here for a second because I don't know, I need to stand up and just I need to think of some topics. So I'll be back, you know, halfway through the video. I'll be back in like half a second, or like less than a second for you. So just hold on. So I took a nap. I was thinking of ideas, stuff to talk about, and I still remember most of them. But I laid down, I just started watching YouTube. I was watching a podcast, watching Clueless actually, because I missed the upload. You know, I was gonna watch it and just come up with some ideas. Then I fell asleep. So this is the next day. Or I was already the next day, it was already like 1 a.m. So it's 9 hours later. I woke up about 20-30 minutes ago. I added a scoop to my gamer subs that I left from last night. Had 3 scoops in there, so I just added a 4th. I need to remember to just not fall asleep. This was crazy. Because I started with 0 discards, so it made this a lot easier. But I also started learning very quickly here that the aces are hella important. Like I just need to use aces. But I'm drinking my gamer subs now, so my voice is starting to clear up a little bit. But back to some topics. I think I beat it right here, right? Okay. Right, so some topics. The PlayStation State of Play. So I only remember seeing a couple of those videos, or a couple of those announcements, because I was watching someone else. I was watching Anxious Leaf watch the State of Play, because I kind of forgot it was happening. I just happened to hop in her stream and I saw she was watching it, so I just watched some of the announcements. And I want to talk the bigger announcements, like John Wick. To me, that's a bigger announcement. I know it's probably like a AA. I don't remember who's developing it, but I'm glad we're getting another game like that, because Hitman is one thing, but we haven't had a third-person action game with like that in a while. Like I said, for one, we have like Hitman's is one thing that's a lot more methodical, a lot slower. But then there's games like Shifu, right? Where we haven't had like a game like that in a while. You know what I mean? Because the Shifu devs decided to make Rematch, which was a good game. I haven't heard anything about it in a while. I don't even know if it's still active. I think it's probably fine. I don't know. But Shifu was a great third-person action game that we haven't had a third-person action game like that in a while. And so getting John Wick is kind of what I feel like Shifu with guns would look like. I guess there was that one game. Oh, what was it called? It was not asymmetrical, but like, yeah, it was asymmetrical camera. Like My Friend Pedro, and well, that was like side scroll, but the other game like that. I keep thinking Train. I don't think it had anything to do with a train. Midnight Train, or like, I don't know. You might know what I'm talking about. It's asymmetrical, and you kind of like, you go through an area, like a level. You get like a drone comes up to you and they just go, "Yo, what's up? You're gonna go fight these motherfuckers." And it's like, okay, cool. I don't really remember what it was called though. I think it might have been Midnight Train or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. Oh well, I don't remember. But then I'm having some. I should probably like go sneeze or something. Whatever. Yeah, as I was saying, the other thing I want to talk about state of play, something I'm actually really interested in, is a modern day Konami RPG. Because Konami's great. No, that's not how I should say that, because that's gonna get me in some trouble. Konami has a lot of money, and they make some pretty okay games at times. More particularly, they have the time and money to invest into making a game. So seeing a modern day Konami RPG for the first time in a very long time is really interesting to me. Because like I said, we haven't had a modern day Konami RPG in a long time, especially if it's getting developed by them, because I don't think people realize how big of a deal a modern day Konami RPG is, because most Konami RPGs are published by them, not developed by them. I also don't even know if this is developed or published. I'm just kind of talking shit at the moment. But like, this is a big deal. I'm trying to think of other Konami RPGs that we've had, but I don't think we've had one in a very long time. But like, I feel excited for this modern day Konami RPG because it's taking all of the ideas from current RPGs that aren't like immersive sims, that aren't, you know, first person, like Cyberpunk. That's not really immersive sim, but like, you get the idea. Like Cyberpunk and Deus Ex and like all of those games that are first person and you're locked into whatever and you're going through the story, and the only thing you really have control over is just like how you rock the game. You know what I mean? And then because a lot of the modern day RPGs are gacha games, and they're not even really like RPGs per se, but they're also not RPGs. The gacha games have evolved so far that it's now almost unnecessary for some third-person RPGs to kind of like do their thing, which kind of sucks, because I feel like AAA RPGs don't get a lot of credit nowadays due to like gacha games being free and being such high quality games. And so I hope this modern day RPG that takes some of those elements that make those other games so good really pushes the quality upward, pushes RPG game development forward, because I feel like modern day RPGs have been slacking. They've been slacking for a while. So that's just me, though. I don't know if I'm in the minority on that or not. But there was something else I wanted to talk about too. It came up in the Clueless episode. I don't remember what it was. I was kind of hoping, after I fell asleep and I ended up waking up, I was kind of hoping my package would be here, so I could just talk about my package. I could maybe review it or something. Is there anything else I could talk about? This is what I'll do. I'll pull up my Steam page, or my Steam, and I'll look through my roguelites and see what I could add to the new cycle with the roguelite power hour. Because if I'm going to do 7 roguelite power hours, or I guess 6 roguelite power hours, including Sunday, and then Vampire Survivor Saturdays. Because I landed, I know earlier in the video, for you guys, it was maybe 10 minutes ago. For me, it was several hours. But 10 minutes ago, I'd said that for Vampire Survivors, I might not even do roguelite power hours for it anymore. I might just talk for however long is necessary to talk about Psych, or the Psych season, and then just, record a video, or like record enough gameplay for that amount of time. Which could be 30 minutes, could be 40, could be 20, you know what I mean? Because last Vampire Survivors took a while for me to get through, and I felt kind of bad that I didn't do a very good job planning out what I wanted there. So because I kind of want to pick a game that I don't have to strategize too much. I can just kind of play to play. Something kind of like Witchfire, where I can just play and not really think about it. I might do Risk of Rain. I might go back to Risk of Rain Returns. That might be what I do. Because I'm kind of just looking at my RPGs, or not my RPGs, my roguelites here. Because I have games like Death Must Die. I have some more Survivor games I could play. Because this is a game that's going to be uploaded for Sunday. Because Friday, I think I'm going to keep as a VOD. And I kind of want a new game that'll be for Saturday, for when I'm not talking about Psych. So maybe do Skull. Bring back Skull, make it another game that we can make progress in. But then Sunday, I also have Epic. Let me load up Epic too, and just kind of see what I can pull out here. I have everything categorized for the most part. Bring back Wizard of Legend. Ring of Pain, or Into the Breach. Solitarica. Enter the Gungeon. I mean, I think whatever I end up playing, I'm probably going to play off of Steam, because I don't have a whole lot. I mean, I do have a lot on Epic. I don't see anything here that I can maybe add to the roguelite power hour, or like the roguelites that I own. because I get a lot of free games. You guys, as you guys are aware, Epic gives out a lot of free games, but also Amazon Prime gives out a lot of free games for Epic. And so I'm looking through a lot of my games here that I've acquired and wasn't really paying attention to. And I might have a couple roguelites that I can throw in. But you know, maybe I do like a playthrough instead of a roguelite power hour. But if I'm gonna do that, maybe I bring back story mode Sundays, story mode Saturdays. That's what I'll do. I'll bring back story mode Saturdays, and I'll do it in between Vampire Survivor uploads. So I have a couple of playthrough stuff from previous streams, previous recordings that I've kind of just left sitting, and I'll finally go through and I'll edit those. But that still leaves Sunday. What do I want for Sunday? I think I'll just bring back Skull, because I really enjoy playing Skull. I just didn't really give it the time because it wasn't really getting views. So that's what I'll do. Because Skull, I liked getting progress in that game, and I feel like going back to it would be nice. So that's what I'll do. I'll go back to Skull, and I'll start working on story modes again. Because I have some backlog stuff that I could work on. I'll add Skull to my roguelite power hours. Can I custom add? Really? No. Oh well. So that's what we're doing. I'm gonna play Skull. I'll play Skull on Sundays. I'll finally get through story mode edits. That means sometime soon, maybe by the end of this week, after I stream, I'll start editing Dispatch. It's a lot of things to get through, but I'll finally get through that and I'll upload that, because I have a whole playthrough of Slay the Princess. I have a whole playthrough of Dispatch just sitting in my files that I have not pulled out and finished editing. So I'll do that. I'll finish editing Dispatch and upload that for Saturday. So look forward to that, because unfortunately there is not going to be a Vampire Stars video because I have not completed Psych Season 7. As I mentioned earlier, I haven't completed it because I'm kind of afraid of getting through Psych Season 7 and not liking it. I'm realizing that I'm remembering that I already talked about some of this stuff earlier in the video, but for me that was hours ago. But we're getting through the video. We're getting through a lot of time here. Was this the beginning of the end? Anti 7 out of 8. I think this was the beginning of the end. I think I bought the Egyptian eye thingy. I forgot what it was called. That reduces the ante by 1 and increases the round by 1. This is where I screwed up, because I was way too overconfident in my build and didn't make the realization that I should probably do something to mitigate the... Like, this was probably, like, the thing that made me realize I should probably adjust, but I just didn't. Do I use the stone card? I don't know. I bonus a molt, not bonus. But I'll leave that alone and let you guys just watch what's going on there while I talk about something else. What should I play next though for story mode? Because I've got a Dispatch video I gotta finish editing. It's all set up there. I just need to edit through it. I have a Slay the Princess playthrough, or yeah, playthrough to edit. I did it all in one stream a very long time ago, so I'll edit that. And then I've had a couple games to I've had a couple games downloaded that I wanted to play for Detroit, or not that, for story mode. One, namely, Detroit Become Human, was a game I wanted to play for a story mode. I wanted to play with my friends the same way I played with Dispatch. You'll see how I did it with Dispatch when it comes out. Also, I want to point out, for the Dispatch upload, I'll probably make a disclaimer at the beginning of the Dispatch recording, because I don't think I've recorded an intro yet, so I'll work on that. But I played Dispatch after everything had finished coming out. I think, yeah, it was after everything had finished coming out, and it was before any of the new updates, pre-patch, or like post-patch and all that, whatever, post-release patches and stuff had come out. And was this the last? And this might have been the last. I don't remember. But it was at the end of all that stuff. It was before, I mean, not at the end. It was before all of that stuff. So a lot of what you're going to see is very old footage. I might even like put in a date that I recorded it. However, what's this next thing? What's the next thing? What was the thing I was going to talk about? Was there other things I was going to talk about? We got 20 minutes of things to talk about. New Zenless update was pretty cool. I got through all of the rhythm game stuff, or most of it. I still need to do like a couple more rhythm games things. Oh, music! I was gonna talk about music. So I was gonna talk about the state of play. I'm really excited for John Wick and a modern Konami RPG. But I was also wanting to talk about the freaking. I want to talk about music, because there's new music I was listening to. Not new, but more edit music. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it was more edit music. Love Me, you guys know it, you've heard it. The love me, you know, the chanting. I'm a really shitty singer. I don't know what a key is, bro. I can tap and not drum. I can tap. I can't drum, but I can tap. It's different. But I'm gonna lean back for a second. Oh, straighten out my back. I don't know. Arc Knights is great. I'm excited to stream that today. For me, it's currently 10:30, so once I finish recording this and rendering it and uploading it, I'm probably gonna start streaming. I mean, I'm posting this on Thursday, the day after, so I might even stream today. I think I mentioned that earlier. I might stream today. And I'm just gonna be ripping through side content. You know, I'm just gonna skip through a bunch of shit, and I'm gonna beat all of the side stuff before moving on through the epilogue of chapter 1 to get to chapter 2. Because I feel like I want to talk about Arc Knights. I really enjoy the game, but because I forced myself initially to only play it on stream, and then did not find the time to stream, I felt like I really pushed myself a little too far in not being able to really sit and play, like just beating side content, or just like really sit and enjoy the game the way I normally do, which admittedly isn't the way you should for a stream, because I skip stuff all the time. I wouldn't have skipped all the story stuff, but like kind of meaningless conversations where we're gonna end up getting told what to do anyway, I would have skipped through. Was this the end? This was the end. Yeah, I couldn't beat the very large blind. It was earlier in the run. I bought the anti thing, and I would not have had to get to this point had I not overestimated myself. Or overestimated my build. It's very unfortunate, but this is the end of that run. Also, unfortunately, this is at like 50. This ends up ending in like the next 2 minutes, which means we do a couple more runs that end up not going anywhere. So very sad, even though the builds were strong. Let me look at my music. I was talking about music and I got sidetracked. So let's look at music. Yeah, so Love Me by Jimson? JMSN. I just realized I haven't checked into Hoyo Lab for the monthly check-in stuff. Well, not monthly, but it's a daily check-in for a month. And I missed yesterday because I fell asleep before logging in. Damn, whatever. I have a couple check-in tickets. So yeah, Love Me by Jimson, Missing Piece by John Michael Howell. Because I really like those. I like the not Sailor. Well, yeah, it's like Sailor song, not Remedy, melody style, like the take one down, pass it around, like not that, but like, you know what I mean? The like sail song, you know? The sailor ship song style thing. I also listen to Sailor Song by, yeah, I'll just search him. Sailor Song by Gigi Perez. I really like that song because I am lonely as fuck. But fuck, hang on. I was looking at my music and I was gonna talk about other like Dami Dami from Hoyo. Well, specifically Sihan Sanzi and Hoyo Mix made Dami Dami the song. It looks like it's from when frickin' the support character, Aether Veil support character that came out with Yadari. I remember Yadari more than I remember her. The goat with the horns, blue hair girl. I didn't know it had come out then. I just saw a couple ads for it like last week. So I got it. I downloaded it. I have a lot of I was gonna mention this. I have a lot of like anime reaction recordings. At some point I'll get around to editing them, and maybe I'll do side quest Saturday uploads once I run out of story mode stuff, because I really want to upload and get through the story mode stuff I currently have, so like Dispatch and Slay the Princess, and then I'll get through to side quest stuff where it's just reactions, and then I'll do Skull on Sunday. Because like I said, post-commentary stuff is really easy. I can just play for an hour and then I start post-commentating, you know, talk about stuff that I want. I've mentioned this like 5 times throughout this video. I have an excuse this time because I fell asleep. It's been hours for me, okay? I think I'm out of ideas. So I'll just start kind of rounding off stuff like that I talked about earlier in the video, in case you're just jumping in right at the end. or you fell asleep and you just want to resume where you were and you don't remember what I talked about after falling asleep like I did. So, to start off with, the new schedule. Starting next week. Okay, so this week is just we're fishing out the way we are. So no video Saturday. Starting next week, Sunday, we're gonna have Skull Hero Slayer. We're gonna have Ball X Pit on Monday. We're going to have 20 Minutes Till Dawn. 20 Minutes Till Dawn Tuesdays. Witchfire Wednesdays. Thursday is going to be community video. But no one's recommended a community video, so I'm giving you guys Thursday to Thursday. I know I said before I was going to give you Sunday to Sunday, but I'm giving you Thursday to Thursday to pick a game. If you don't pick a game, it's just going to be whatever's in the next rotation. Right now, that's Shogun Showdown. Friday will be VOD. It'll always be a VOD from a previous stream from the week before. And then Vampire Survivor Saturdays. If I have not finished Vampire Survivors, it will not be a Vampire Survivor Saturday. Or not Vampire Survivors. If I haven't finished the Psych season, it's not going to be Vampire Survivor Saturday. And I'm wrong. As like a couple seconds ago, I said that we're going to fish out the week normally. No, I'm going to finish editing Dispatch and upload that for Saturday. Or I'm going to look like an idiot after talking about it for so long. So yeah, Dispatch this Saturday, finishing off the week because we're not going to have Vampire Survivors upload. And then we're going to have and then next week will be the overhaul. Okay, we're going to have Skull, Ball X Pit, Skull every Sunday, Ball X Pit every Monday, 20 Minutes Till Dawn every Tuesday, Witchfire every Wednesday, community games on Thursday. Okay, come up with a game, tell me in the comments, tell me on the Discord, do something, tell me. Friday will always be a VOD, always be a playback. And then Vampire Survivors every Saturday. If not Vampire Survivors, it'll be a story mode. If not story mode, it'll be a side quest. Now, what is a side quest? Side quest is a anime, or no, just a media reaction. Actually, no, it'll be section, show and tell Saturday. It'll just be show and tell Saturday. I was gonna say section, show and tell Saturday because that's better alliteration, but there's also been stuff Apocalypse has showed me. A lot less, but Apocalypse has showed me stuff. So it'll be show and tell Saturday. If there's not a Vampire Survivors recording, it'll either be a story mode or a show and tell. Okay? That is basically everything. I have 7 minutes. 8 minutes and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now 7 minutes. Will I ever upload gameplay stuff that is not Rogue-lite Power Hours? I don't know. I've thought about it. I have some footage for stuff that I want to do for that very reason. But I'm lazy. And also, I don't like editing my own stuff. When I edit my stuff, I look at it and I go, I didn't say nothing funny. I'm dumb. Why'd I say that? Why'd I do that? I didn't even say anything in this clip. And I just like stuff like that. I get really frustrated with myself. Because I like doing this post-commentary stuff because I can just talk. I can just sit here and talk. And talk and talk and talk and talk and rant and do whatever. But when I'm with my friends, I can't just talk to you guys. I can't just be like, hey, yo, y'all remember that? Y'all know what I'm talking about? And then not hear a response and just pretend that you guys said yes. Or pretend that anyone's even watching. You know what I mean? I can sit here and rant. No one's even here. This far in the video, no one's here. But I can just keep talking. So, with all that in mind, I'll start my spiel. You know what I'm talking about. The end's like about to end in like 3 minutes. So I'll just start my spiel. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. This was the Rogue-lite Power Hour for Thursday. Go check if I'm streaming on Twitch. The link will be in the Discord. The link will be in the Discord, and the link will be in the description. Discord will also be a link in the description. Go check it out. You can apply to join. Let me know how you joined. If you found it from this video, say naps should not be naps in the thing, in the reason for joining, because it'll ask you 2 questions. How'd you find this, or how'd you find this Discord, which you can just say from a video link. And then the next thing is, why do you want to join? You can just say, you know, you can say naps shouldn't be naps, and I'll know what you're talking about. And look forward to the new schedule. Look forward to the dispatch video on Saturday, because I'm not gonna get to I'm not gonna end up finishing Psych before Saturday. And look, like I said, look for the new schedule. This will be interesting for me because I've not had a schedule like this in a while. Last time I was doing a schedule like this, I had fucking 14 different roguelites in rotation, and I was just going one by one by one by one by one by one, and I have to remember what the last one I played was to then move on to the next, and I was just, oh, that was a problem. And I just want to say, I'm so grateful to you guys for all the support on the latest Witchfire videos, because the support on the Witchfire videos really pushes me to really try and make sure these videos come out, and it pushes me to really put in the effort, because if I was just recording Balatro live commentary, I wouldn't be talking as much. And I feel it's a lot more necessary for me to make commentary, to say things, to make you guys, like, to give you guys something to think about, to like give you guys some kind of entertainment. Because maybe my rambling is interesting to you, maybe my rambling is boring as hell, but at least it's something, you know, something that like sets me apart a little bit here. And like I said, I'm really glad you guys are enjoying the Witchfire videos. I'm really glad you guys are enjoying my Rogue-lite Power Hours in general. And I'm really excited for when this channel really starts popping off. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I'm gonna now do videos every week, or every day, basically. Every Sunday, every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday. Saturdays are going to be edited videos or Vampire Survivor videos. And even those are going to be edited. And then Fridays are going to be VODs. I mentioned this like seconds ago. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoy. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and like I said, please subscribe. If we get to 500 subs, I can get monetized. And I'm probably only going to do a couple ads. You know, these are hour-long videos. I wouldn't want to give you guys ads unnecessarily. So for the Rogue-lite Power Hours, I'll probably only add one ad right in the middle of the video, in case you guys want to avoid it. And then I'm also, for like, you know what I mean. I want to hit 500 subs so I can get monetized. Ads will be prominent, and I apologize for the ads, but it's, you know, a guy gotta make a living, and I'll see if I can, because it used to be, I don't know how it works, I'll be honest, but it used to be that you could place ads in different spots, or you could at least time them out, and so that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna time out when the ads are gonna pop up. Maybe do something less interesting during that ad spot, and then, you know, do that. But looks like we're getting to the end here. It doesn't really look like it because I'm just upgrading, but this, you know, there's only so much time. This run ends right now. We got 0 discards and we got no extra chips. I remember this now. We got no extra chips from a whole ass empty Joker that I can't do anything about because I get no chips from it. And it's looking like the end. I'll let the video finish out, so you guys can. I'll let the video finish out. You guys can enjoy my failure here. Watch me unlock all this stuff. I'll shut up now. Thanks for watching. Bye.